It's week 9 of the college football season, and in this video, we're going to talk about a Big 12 rivalry game. We got Kansas State at Kansas. The Jayhawks will be a 3-point favorite. The total sits at 56.5. Kansas State comes into this game with a record of just 3-4. They're 3-4 against the spread, and they have lost both of their true road games. However, their last road game was a 1-point loss at Baylor. In fact, the average margin of defeat in all their 4 losses is just 3 points. So this Kansas State team has been in every game they've played. I did bet against them in week 0 in Ireland. I had Iowa State. I just said that Rocco Becht, with all that experience and perhaps the better coach, and they were getting points, Iowa State was. So, we did see Kansas State make a few mistakes in that game. The coaching staff didn't appear to have the team ready. And Avery Johnson got off to a slow start as well, did not play well for the first few weeks of the season. That said, the last 3 games, Avery Johnson has thrown for 7 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He's run the ball well, 171 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. So it looks like Avery Johnson has got his game back heading into this big rivalry game, and history is on their side. They've won 16 straight dating back to the 1990s. Man, and they're getting points here. That's got to tell you something. They did lose their defensive end for the rest of the season, their best pass rusher, and Dylan Edwards has been banged up all year. We're not sure if he's going to be 100% for this game. Probably unlikely that he's 100% since he hasn't been 100% all year. But the biggest problem for this team is their defense. They rank 13th in the Big 12 in scoring. They're giving up 27 points per game. They rank 12th against the pass, giving up 232 yards per game. And that could be a recipe for disaster against the Kansas Jayhawks. But before we talk about Kansas, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at wagertalk.com. And if you've been tuning into these videos, you're probably already familiar with the Weekend Warrior package. That gets you all day Saturday college football, all day Sunday NFL. We'll even throw in Monday Night Football, all for just $49. Why would you be interested in this? Well, I'm hitting 80% with my client plays in college the last 2 weeks. And I'm hitting 67% with NFL dating all the way back to the beginning of last year's playoffs. Last week wasn't my best showing, but we're planning on hitting it hard this weekend. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. The only thing I ask from you is that you take the time to smash that like button. And if you've got anything to say to me about this game or any other game on Saturday or NFL, or maybe you just want to comment on my appearance, you might laugh, but some people enjoy commenting on my appearance. In fact, let's have a look at what people have been saying recently. This guy says, can't take you seriously if you don't know Christian Kirk was ruled out already and Seattle plays poorly at home with Mike. 3-0 straight up last year, 1-2 straight up this year, when Seattle was 7-1 on the road last year and 3-0 this year. Houston will hang around. I found this comment quite interesting because I do realize Seattle's had this great run of success. That we're talking about the Seahawks, of course, have been great on the road in a small sample size, really. And to say that Seattle doesn't play well at home, I just thought that was interesting since they're well known for having the best home games for decades. The 12th man, a very tough building to play in. Seattle fans come out to represent very well. And yeah, maybe in a small sample size, you could say they don't play well at home, but I think it would be foolish to lean into a trend like that. And as far as Christian Kirk, I mean, the guy's been banged up for years. I was aware of the Christian Kirk. I mentioned that he was out for the game, and I guess he thought that didn't need to be mentioned, perhaps. But anyways, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your criticisms. And if you guys think that Seattle's not a good home team, then we have a differing opinion. I just wanted to point out that, for those of us who aren't 12 years old, we can remember Seattle dominating at home for decades. Let's get into the second comment. Always appreciate the perspective, Mr. Myers. Should have worn an Austin Powers mask. So this guy thinks I look like Mike Myers. I'm happy to get comments like this. maybe Mike Myers should consider that an insult. I'm not sure, but I certainly don't worry about comments like this. Just keep them coming. Appreciate the feedback. Let's get back into the free pick. So Kansas 4-3, 3-4 against the spread, 3-1 at home. Jalen Daniels actually has the best quarterback rating of any quarterback in the Big 12. He's fourth in the Big 12 in passing with 1,752 yards, 18 touchdowns, just 2 picks. Avery Johnson is 11th in the Big 12 in passing. And they're facing a Kansas State team that struggles against the pass. It seems like a really favorable matchup for this Kansas offense. However, Kansas ranks dead last in the Big 12 against the run, giving up 188 yards per game. So perhaps a favorable matchup for the Kansas State with the mobile quarterback and Avery Johnson with the running game. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. If you look at the 3 losses for Kansas, they've lost to Cincinnati, Texas Tech, and Missouri. All of those are ranked teams. Both teams are coming off of a bye week. Both teams will have plenty of time to scheme up their offenses. Neither team has been great defensively. If you go back to that game in Ireland, we saw both teams had plenty of time to prepare for that game, and Kansas State did not appear to be well prepared. If you're asking me who the better coach is, I'm going to lean on Leopold rather than Kleiman, and definitely the better quarterback, Jalen Daniels, certainly the highest rated quarterback in the Big 12. So give me the better quarterback. Give me the better coach, in my opinion. And the fact that Kansas State has won 16 straight since the 1990s, that's some hell of a motivation. They're a 3-point favorite against a team that's beaten them 16 times in a row. My man Ross Benjamin would say, Jesse, I think this line is trying to tell you something. We're going to take Kansas, and we're also going to take the over. And I did see some 2.5s on the board. If you move quick, you could get a 2.5. I wouldn't even be opposed to getting the money line if you get it under 150. And I like the over. Like I say, I think both these teams are going to come near 30 points. So Kansas and the over, baby. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you've got anything to say to me, even if it's about my appearance, hit me up in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.